Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome. The last day of the year, right? I thought I will share that with you, maybe for a small while. Uh, Normally, we used to have a ball celebrating this day and getting pumped up with lots of enthusiasm that New Year is coming, and we want to go to this and that and all sorts of um, affirmations, all sorts of plans to do, and all that. It was not the weight in India when we were growing up. It was more like what we're going to achieve in our education, profession, or it was not even making money, but more like having more of quality improvement and um, regretting a lot of things that we had been doing and we really didn't want to do, but we wanted to do that. So those were the younger days, right? After I came to this country, then I saw the fireworks and celebrations and lots of things. So I encountered many patients who came to me asking me what should their weight goal should be and how much they should leave, what is the safe way, and they were really pumped up at the time. But then they did not keep that up. Many of them, right? Some were without the New Year they did because they were motivated and they wanted to do. But the people who made these New Year resolutions, many of them kind of told me that they were not able to accomplish because the motivation was not there for them after a few days and few weeks. Okay, so they kind of got my insight into that, and then they were happy to hear that. Okay, that's the insight I want to share with you guys today because I thought that's kind of interesting, right? So people will probably appreciate that. Uh, so I always look to people who are really underwent a psychological transformation so that they are kings on their own, right? They are not being swayed by anything, by anybody. So they're psychologically independent people, right? And these people are extraordinary. And one thing they did was they were in the present all the time. So this day coming like this, it didn't really matter to them, especially they were not making any plans for the future or they're bringing anything from the past. They were always in the present, right? So that kind of orientation towards here and now to the life and living in the present, I thought that was remarkable, right? Uh, that means you are not in the mind, you are in the life, here and now. So that kind of uh, thing really fascinated me, and then I end up being like that to some extent, right? But these days, I could say uh, I don't have to make an attempt to be in the present because I don't get lost in the thought. Whatever I'm doing, I'm completely in that. So that's life for me. Well, life is complex, right? There's so many things you can do, but don't let the mind run away from what you are doing. You could think about it, you could invent, you can be creative, all that is okay. But getting lost in time in relation to, oh, I have 7 days left, I'm going to do everything tomorrow, and then that resolution becomes one resolution, and then you will be postponing, then you kind of feel bad because you are not able to keep up. the promise you made for yourself, right? So that kind of thing. So I actually advise people how to overcome this inertia right after the New Year's, right? So people come and say, I'm going to lose maybe 5 pounds a month, and I'll lose like a 10 pounds in 10 months or something, or 2 months, I'm going to lose 20 kg, something like that. They will make a lot of resolutions, and then they go to sleep, and in the morning they can't get up to work out, they can't do things that they promised, they can't be away from the foods that they have been enjoying. And so all those conditions come. So there is a example I use here. It's a example of elephant. Elephant, an elephant. Um, See, I used to see a lot of elephants in India, right? Um, Big animal. It can crush that driver. He's a tiny, puny person, but he'll be sitting on the top of the elephant, and he drives the elephant with such efficiency, such minimal interfere with her, obeys him. Whichever way he wants to go, she will take him, or he will take him. So that's amazing to see such a big animal, powerful animal, listening to this small man sitting there and driving that. Okay, so. Uh, the analogy was used in happiness hypothesis by um, Daniel Goleman or something like that. He used that, and that is true. It is actually an ancient wisdom. I read about this. What it is the elephant being so big, he's obeying him because he trained that animal from the childhood, and that's why it thinks that he's uh, he's the boss, and he's going to tell something, and she's going to obey because she's used to that as a child and then grew up. Our mind and our body are like two big elephants. They have grown on their own. Okay, it's so amazing. And then this intellect is a tiny little thing. Your resolutions are tiny little thing, and it doesn't have to follow. So you made a decision. I'm going to get up in the morning and I'm going to do exercise tomorrow. And a lot of people do on the first few days at least, but then that's forcing them on. But then body will say, no, I'm not used to it. I'm not going to get up after a couple of days or on the same day too. The same thing with the mind. That's what a lot of people miss. Mind also is like an accumulation of a lot of thoughts, a lot of opinions, a lot of judgments. Whatever we cultivate, that becomes a big elephant like, And the first thing with mind is it forms that network of thoughts and wiring of the thoughts, so that the moment you remember a little bit, it will complete the circuit and it will go very quickly from what place to other place, or one thought to other thought, and like that it can run, right? The more you are with them in that cyclical thought, I call it, that same thought coming, and we're thinking about it unconsciously, and without breaking that, then it becomes very strong network. And that way, the moment you think of something like a familiar place, it will go there and come back, so very, very quickly. So how much you give fuel to that wiring is what you need to pay attention to. So lots of times people don't really know that they are doing that, but they do the unconscious thought. So these people who are living in the present moment, they were not doing that. That's why they have a lot of attention span, they have a lot of energy to really pay attention to tasks. I personally discover that all the time. So I don't care about your opinion, and I just do this and go. That's good. Suppose I care about what you say in any interaction, and then I carry that load. Then what happens is that becomes bigger and bigger, right? A lot of people do that. Okay, so just be in the moment, here and now. pay attention to what is happening in front of you. Then your body and your mind don't have the chance to become an elephant over the years, right? Even if you have done it for some time, once you understood and you start to practice this, you will be in the present very quickly. It has to be deliberate. So, what I used to do when I started to be like this in the moment, I put it on my phone, a photograph. It says AIP. I told this before, but I'm going to repeat for the sake of completion. Am I in the present? AIP. And that picture is on the you know mm, screen, and the moment you see that, you are immediately brought to back to present in case you have traveled away from it. So then it becomes a very good habit that you nurtured, and very good neural networks that you create, right? So always coming to the present and deliberately paying attention to the whatever in front of you. Okay, so that's a good solution for this. Then you can say, okay, I'm going to be having these affirmations, and then you're doing them. Yeah, I told you the 8 principles that they practiced thousands of years ago. They were sleeping on positive thoughts. They were getting in the morning, not being lazy. That's the second one. Going to the bathroom, having a good bowel movement. That's the third one. And then coming out of the bathroom, taking the weight. Fourth one. And then they kind of go to the outside, or to anywhere they go for a walk or exercise and all that is the fifth one. And they expose themselves to the sun. That is the sixth one. And then really deep breathing and all that is there. Then you come back and have a good appetite. And that's the seventh one. And the eighth one is have a good, nutritious breakfast. You do this all these things every day to improve your resilience, right? So a lot of people uh, don't this kind of lifestyle um, very easily, because they get knocked off by the life, by the work, by the culture, by so many things, right? So you lose your own circadian rhythms, and then you build up a lot of fat around, a lot of inactivity, staying in the chair, and then just eating all the time. The other thing that you lose your intelligence of the body. So anyway, you don't have to make a resolution, just be in the present, you know then it doesn't matter that when this year is end and the other is come, but you are always in life, not putting these artificial deadlines all the time and all that. Then whatever you are doing, you can be enjoying that, and then you will be healthy and in probably normal weight, and also energetic, and you are participating in life with full attention, and thereby your quality of work, quality of relationship, quality of whatever you create will be wonderful, right? I mean, it doesn't happen right away, but as you go along, you will improve yourself a little. It's like a re-engineering yourself from inside by staying in the present and not allowing the mind to go helter skelter, right? So that's what I really promote in my club, or in my activity, or in my talks and everything. Right? So New Year or not, it doesn't matter. Once you are in the present all the time, you can celebrate the okay, we are welcoming another year coming, and you can celebrate. But this struggle of making resolutions and then having a lot of energy pumped up, and then trying to do it and you could not do it, and you get depressed, and that's what I saw a lot with patients. That's why I'm telling you what my solution was, and how I did enjoy New Year, because it's a holiday and friends are there, and then good food was there, and so we remember by the time of the midnight is a tropical country, like in New Orleans or Florida here. So you get out, and then everybody's going all over, everybody's free, and there was no crime at the time there, And then you just meet people and say greeting to anybody. You don't know them, you just meet them and greet them New Year's, and then you come home, and then you have a good time of eating good food, and then go to sleep and all that. They didn't have this ceremony of having these fireworks for the New Year's Eve, at least. Maybe they have it now at the time, right? So that's the way my New Year's went, and that's my transition from that kind of really uh, being in the mind to coming to the life. You know, so my resolutions are, let me be here and now and celebrate whatever is in front of me. Maybe I have a friend that's long lost has come, we can celebrate that. Or maybe we have good food that we can celebrate that. And then also you can make some resolutions for the time in the way of good management of your life. So you can brainstorm, you can make some things, and you commit to that by doing it. But this uncertainty, this inside ambiguity, and not clear about what you want to do in life and all that, they will go away once you start to live in the present, because you are not postponing, right? What you are doing, you are not postponing, and then you are finishing it up. So that way, your productivity improves, your quality improves, and your enjoyment of that quality improves. So I found this very valuable for me. So I don't have to have a date for that. Actually, there is a teaching in spirituality. Desa kala vastu. That means desa means country or location. Kala means time. Vastu means things, right? Material things. So once you are beyond these three, which is your real self, is in that kind of thing, you don't have concern about where you are. You don't concern about what time you are, or you don't have concern about what things you are working with. Whatever you have, you will work with them in the present. So time has passed and future is gone. And then it doesn't matter which space you are, whether you are here or in Asia or in Africa or whatever. You just deal with the circumstances that were there, and then deal with them. If you expect those circumstances should be something different, and then when you go there, you kind of feel like let down, right? So that's not really good. Okay, so celebrate the Eve with everybody, just like a festive occasion. But in your mind, have this discrimination against that place and time and also the things. Once you are clear from that, then you will have a very good productive day. Okay. And also you will achieve all the things that you want to achieve too. Because it's not the goal that's important, it is the process. In the process, my mantra is pay attention to every action. You can brainstorm something, you can prepare what you want to achieve, and then what are the steps you need to do. But don't be focused on the goals, focused on the acts, series of acts you'll be doing, right? And then focus attentively to each task. Then that is done, you go to the next one, the next one. So you actually improve a lot. Um, So that's how I am planning to spend my New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And uh, I will still be in the present like always. And but I said, like, friends are there, other brothers. It's a good occasion. They come, and then we kind of talk and celebrate and all that. People call in the morning, number of them, wishing Happy New Year's Day. I kind of smile to myself, but I also tell them Happy New Year, because we are always happy. We don't recognize that. So we need something external stimuli to make us realize that we are happy in that moment. But then, if you have something wrong happen, like some snow or some rain, and you cannot go out and get some stuff that you want, then you'll all be upset, right? So face whatever comes, but then make sure it's not the outside that's going to determine how you're going to be. You are going to be in the present, attentively attending to every small thing, and not worrying about the goals, not worrying about victories and all that. It's a very healthy way to be. Okay, so that's what I would recommend, that you celebrate your New Year's Day that way. Uh, so it's all a question of being out of time and in the present, and it's like enjoying it, basically the occasion. Um, some people come and then they are so miserable with weight gain, or some marriage coming up, or some body image problems with the spouse and all that. So that's a real thing for them to lose weight. So we do acknowledge that, we do encourage them, but then I will tell the same thing to them. And also they got to be really understanding the taste, the problems with the tasty food, and also not having the uh, times, that is only when you are hungry you have to eat. The culture says enjoy all the cookies, enjoy all the pizzas and everything that comes up whenever you want, and also you start eating a lot of food in a very short time, then the stomach will expand and it won't respond with the. You see, what happens is, once the stomach is full to certain extent, it stretches. That stretch is the one which gives us satiety feel. So you can have the same stretch with a lot of water and also a lot of food too. So if you have small food and a lot of liquid, then that also happens the same thing too. So understanding all these small things helps a lot. Okay, so you don't have to cut down the food that you are eating initially, not all of it. That is a sure you are failing. But training, what I said, is the training. That means you're going to have a small goal and go towards it, and then put the barrier a little bit more and a much bigger goal. That's a good way to do it. If you see, if you break down anything into small chunks and then do one thing at a time, that's the best way to overcome resistance from your point of view. Okay. Lots of times you may want to do it, but your body and mind refuses so much, you cannot but succumb to that, right? You do, and then you go away. So be in the present, make small things that you can achieve, and also as you are doing them, congratulate yourself, enjoy that you have achieved at least that much, and then go from there. This is how I dealt with patients with weight problem. First of all, I said you are not the body, your body is your vehicle. So don't associate yourself with the body and have this image about yourself and everybody else's image you are carrying, and you are making yourself miserable. Instead, say that I'm going to be losing this weight, but this weight is not me, and I'm going to work towards it. That kind of encouragement we used to give. So that's all the small talk I wanted to do today. And I hope you're all going to have good, happy New Year tomorrow, and be in the present and be really enjoying yourself in the moment. Okay. So I will see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.